It's like 10:39 in the morning, and Steve is about ready to start work for the day. It seems very dark in here because all of our windows are covered to protect them from the flying debris that is about to come from our ceiling and our walls. I went outside to get my hat out of the car. I'm wearing my cat hat again today. And yeah, it is bitterly cold. They weren't lying. I checked the Weather Channel. They said it's like 14 degrees out and it feels like 3. And that's about right. And in here it's what, like 40 some?
49.
In this room is 49. It's 40 in the kitchen that's closed off. It's tropical in here where I'm sitting with the computer and the fire. And then upstairs it's warmer, but not by a whole lot. So the kids are playing in their room, dressed as though they would, you know, go outside-ish. On a day that was nice, not on a day like today. Today they can't go play outside because it's just too cold. But yes, it sounds like we have gigantic mice in our ceiling because the kids are up there with their boombox blasting because there's going to be loud noise. And they're just jumping around, having a good old time, helping to knock things out of the ceiling. Last night we thought we cleaned up, and then the kids were playing in their room and jumping around, and things like that pile started falling out of the ceiling, which was pretty amusing. So I'm supposed to get out of here so that Steve can get to work. I'm going to go finish a special order, and then the best time to work on kids' Christmas presents is when they physically cannot be in the room with you because of demolition. Oh, here's Steve in his sexy new construction outfit. I don't know why the Village people never dressed like this, but they didn't. Steve apparently freaked out our dog when he had his respirator on. The dog barked at him. Our dog only barks at the UPS person. Did not.
The UPS person honk.
Yes. But, hey, they brought, oh, there's a big stack of packages on the kitchen stoop we need to bring in. I didn't bring them in because I didn't know where to put them.
Neither do I.
So I figure after today's demo, we can bring them in somewhere. So that's it. We'll check in around lunchtime. Afternoon update time. It's 2:27, and Steve's gotten all of the ceiling is completely torn out. And the top portion of all the walls. Right now he's at the point where he has to clean up the heap of rubble so he can do the bottom portion of the walls, or else he can't reach them. And then he did all of that wall. That wooden thing you see, there used to be a wall air conditioner unit in there before my grandma had central air put in. And there's still the bottom bits over there. But Steve is awesome and chugging along. So, there's the rubble that's left in here. Those are all of like the window jams and stuff. And here is the truck full of plaster wall. And there's all the lath. We knocked the, we paid the kids to knock the old square nails out of the wood, and we use the lath as kindling, and also for row markers and things in the garden. And then there's some old wood. Oh my goodness, it's cold out here. Yowzer, that hurts my skin. There's Kuma. See, he's made for this weather. He's wearing a fur coat all the time. He is, however, basking in the sun. But it's really, really cold. It's in the low teens, I think, right now. Though, I checked a little while ago, I think it may have been up to 20, but it still feels like it's single digits out, according to the wind chill, so.
So what better time to have the door open to your house?
But isn't this better than if we had done this in the summer and you were just dying of heat stroke?
Yes.
So I figure this actually is probably the ideal time of year to do this. Okay, so ideal might have been a month ago, but we're always about a month off of ideal. And then I will show you what I have done, what I've accomplished this morning. Oh, everything's so dusty. We had muffin tins for lunch with turkey and cheese and crackers and almonds. And we had bananas left from Grandma Jello, so we have bananas and marshmallows. Okay. Oh no, it's not in that bag. I've been working on Christmas presents, like I told you. Oh, that's right. I put it in the finished bag. Because I have one bag where everything's going as it gets all the way done. Okay. But I was working on the hoodie for my 4-year-old. Whoop. And it's all done, and I wove in every single end, and I sewed up all the raglan bits, and good deal. Okay. So, I'll lay it out here. So there is the finished hoodie. Don't mind the sunlight from the other window. So yeah, it's got like ribbing on the bottom, and it's striped, and it's got these raglan sleeves and some ribbing at the ends. And then it's got this hood, which I sewed the hood together. It's not mattress stitching. It's like where, first I did through the back loop where you go down and into the back loop of one and then down and into the back loop of the other side and pull it tight. And you go that way back and forth. I did that all the way up the back loops, and then I turned around and came back down the front loops. And I felt like it gives a really nice finishing edge. And it'll also be really strong, which I think is going to be important for the hood so they don't like tear it apart. Then I sewed this little crossover bit, which is called a placket, according to the pattern, in place, and then did the round of finishing. So it is all done. So I'm excited about this. I'm also excited it's in a size where both boys will ultimately get to wear it over time, which totally made it worth putting some time and effort into, because, you know, it'll get a good deal of wear out of it, hopefully. So that's exciting. Turned out good. So now I'm working on my daughter's sweater vest. I haven't decided I'm putting sleeves on it yet or not, but I'm working on her top. And I will show that to you in a little while. So it's about 6:30. Everything's picked up for the night. And Steve's all showered and dressed to hang out for the evening. The kids are still upstairs playing Wii. We set up our TV in the hallway upstairs so that they could watch Netflix on it and play Wii and stuff, while I hung out in the parlor downstairs with the computer and working on stuff that they couldn't see, and Steve hung out in the living room with debris.
And a hammer.
And a hammer. Well, sometimes he lost the hammer. And no, today it was the crowbar that you lost. Yesterday it was the hammer. We actually have a funny story about a crowbar.
Same one.
Same one, actually, yeah. When we redid our upstairs, our second level of the house, actually before we had our 4-year-old, we fully gutted the entire second story. There were actually no walls on half of it, and then on the other half, because, you know, we moved all the furniture into one half and then the other. And we redid all the electrical and all the walls and all the everything. And to do that, Steve was just throwing the rubble out of one of the upstairs windows into a big heap, which we then carted off onto the property. So Steve is doing this, and one day he goes, "I don't know what happened to my crowbar. I think it's in the pile." So it was gone for a while, and that was sad because he could have used it some more. And then when he moved the heap, you found your crowbar. So
did you not want any mashed potatoes tonight?
There's hardly any mashed potatoes left.
Okay.
I can get out what's left though, and we can finish it.
It's up to you.
Steve is serving out yet another Thanksgiving leftover meal. For lunch today, we had, it's like we're tropical with our house plants. And anyways, I'm distracted easily tonight. We had muffin tins of the Thanksgiving food this afternoon. Last night we had turkey sandwiches. Today we're just having like just general food. Oh, is that the non-gravy eating child?
That one doesn't like the gravy.
The things we do because we love our children and we don't want to fight with them about eating. So now Steve and I are heating up food. I have some apple cider going on the wood stove. I got like a gallon of cider from the grocery store from, you know, like the produce section. And I put in some of my secret ingredient. Can't quite reach. Oh, yes, it's up here. My secret ingredient to apple cider is I use these Celestial seasoning. Whoop. Oh, go gadget arm. Okay. I use Celestial seasoning cinnamon apple spiced tea, and I throw 2 bags of this in with like a, I don't know, medium size pan of apple cider. I threw in like 8 cloves and 1 cinnamon stick. And then that's just been bubbling away for a while here. And then we will all drink it and eat our yummy meal. And I think there's a Raiders-Chiefs game on, which we might watch part of, because, well, Steve is
home. When they actually have it in a wake, when they actually have a football game on.
Yeah.
They don't do that often.
No. And like last year, Steve subscribed to get the games so he could watch them at work in the middle of the night, and they just keep raising the price. So this year it hasn't been worth it. So this year, excuse the microwave. So this year, my football-loving husband has not been watching football. But he will get to watch a game tonight, so that'll be good. And I have been working on a Christmas present for our daughter. I found a pattern that I liked, and I actually like kind of broke my I don't really pay for patterns rule. Not because I don't like paying for patterns, but usually I can find what I want for free, but I couldn't today. Or today I found what I wanted and it was a paid for pattern, so I bought a pattern for myself, and I'm working on it and I'm happy. And yeah, but now I guess I have to take a break from that because everyone will be awake, so I'll work on my special order while everybody's awake because they all know about that. Anyways, off to finish heating things up. It's 9:06 and we are all sitting in the parlor by the roasted toasty fire. We had our cider, it was tasty. We had our delicious leftovers, they were also tasty. And now we're watching the football game, which I'm assuming is interesting to some members of the family. I don't actually know what's happening, other than that I think a touchdown was recently scored. But now I'm going to upload this and try and get it edited, and then I'm probably headed to bed kind of early-ish again tonight. Last night I slept for like 10 hours. I woke up a lot, but still, that's good for me. So we'll see how that turns out tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Nighty-night.